Seahawks led 13-7 at the half, and that was the last points they scored. They didn't score in the second half. They barely gained a yard in the second half, for the love of God. They lost 30-13. They had 3 yards of offense, 9 yards on the final meaningless play of the game, if you will. Couple sacks. The only 2 sacks in the game took place in that fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. What is it you can say? Obviously you asked Pete about it after the game. Here's what he had to say.
Starkly different to me, the way we played the first half and second half. And we're in there talking about it right now, trying to figure out how it got so, so erratic. We weren't on it. We didn't convert, and we didn't get the ball moving, and we didn't run the ball. We didn't do anything. We did nothing in the second half. And we were trying, and we were calling the stuff, and we had things that we thought we could do, and we weren't able to get it done.
We were calling the stuff. But, how do you even explain what that was, Dave? We can say, well, the Rams made adjustments. That's always the thing, adjustments. They went into the halftime and did something. They came out differently than they did in the first half, apparently, and the Seahawks did nothing. I don't know what happened. How do you explain it?
Yeah, it's a number of things. I can put my finger on maybe 2 or 3 things. And by the way, you can text in Mac and Jack's text line 866-979-3776. We have already got a lot of votes for the offense. Here's
being
one.
Worse than the defense.
Yeah. Hi, Dave. This is the McDonald's punk from North Bend. First of all, it was Burger King, so you're wrong. This game left a bad taste in my mouth like onions on a burger.
It left a bad taste in everyone's mouth, regardless of whether it's mayonnaise, onion, whatever you hate. That's what this game was like.
Yeah, so text in your thoughts, 866-979-3776. First of all, I think to me, it was about pass defense. And here's one thing that I thought they did a really good job of taking advantage of. Nobody's going to take your head off running a pattern across the middle anymore. And Bobby had a chance to do that, and he wisely tackled the guy with his shoulder. And it was one of those that you blow guys up a couple of times across the middle, they're not going to keep doing that. And so, because of that, and then also I think the combination of you can't just drop to a spot. You can't just drop and just sit there and turn around and look at the quarterback. You have to feel the routes. And Stafford, by the way, has thrown for 52,000 yards in his career. 52,000. And he's a good quarterback. And so he was just sitting there, picking them apart because, in the zone defense, they just weren't crowding players. I saw Jordan Brooks turn and pick up a deep crosser, which was great. But for the most part, that's what you saw the entire way. And then the other thing is for Matthew Stafford, there was no pressure.
None.
And not only that, you had that 2-man front, which I think is very
weird.
Interesting.
Weird.
I'm going to say interesting. I'm not sure what's going to happen there, how that's going to evolve, but it just seemed like they weren't in their pass rush lanes enough. Like Stafford was always able to just move a little bit one way or the other and find a perfectly huge throwing lane. And I don't mean downfield, I mean right at the line of scrimmage.
What do you call that when you're just rushing 2 defensive linemen?
I don't know. Well, look, I don't know that. I saw a couple of times that the Rams had that same sort of configuration. They had 2 D tackles inside, but you had so many defensive backs out there, and then they brought Devin Bush in a little bit. And he was kind of playing on the outside, which he has plenty of speed. But I think those 2 things defensively were the biggest problem. That you didn't get pass rush, and then there were huge lanes. There was a play where Bobby blitzes, for example. And he puts a beautiful move on the running back. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't get home. And I'm like, if you just smash that guy and put him right into Stafford's lap, that's what we need. We need not only to just start running over and just start hitting people, but, you need to get in Stafford's face. And that, I thought, as beautiful of a pass rush move that was. He didn't get home, but to me, if you just run through that guy, that's going to send a statement, and also it's going to disrupt the play. So, I felt like they needed to get to